Thank you, Sadhana, for joining this. And today we'll talk about a very interesting topic on AI/ML, futuristic AI/ML. And today we have our guest, Sadhana Singh, who is having a decade of experience and right now associated with the Tech Mahindra group as a AI and ML practice, I would say. Thanks a lot, Sadhana, for joining this discussions. And I would request you to give you a small introduction about yourself, and then we'll continue further with the detailed topic.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for having me here, Deepak. It's been a long time since we connected, but we rarely get in touch. So it's a good opportunity to connect with you. Yeah, thanks. So, I mean, if I start with my background, it's been almost 12 years. So I started this journey, this data science journey in past 2017 completely. Like prior to that, I was working as a business analyst. So I was more towards gathering the information from the client, the stakeholders, and passing on
Yeah.
to the design and development team. So from there, this interest, I got that particular thing. Like it seems quite interesting. So I was initially into SaaS, right? So
Yeah.
SaaS, I have delivered multiple offline sessions also in past 2017. I think I must say, like for all the top MNCs students, I have delivered training for SaaS. After that, I started this Python data science machine learning. So it looks quite interesting to me once I initiated this part. Since there, I am just into this only. So I did multiple certifications. I could say that I was the one who completed that machine learning specialty under AWS one to the entire organization within 1 month. So which
Okay,
was
that's great.
quite a big achievement, and I thought like it is very interesting. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So let's move ahead. So this is how this journey has been started. Yeah.
That's an inspiring journey. And as you mentioned, you have started with the BA and then moved into the SaaS, and now it's AI and ML. And just for the viewer sake of point of view, we both work in one of the company, right? Our system,
Yeah.
but we never
Uh,
got a chance to connect in person. But yes, we
yeah.
connected virtually. Okay, talking about the next questions, can you share your journey into the field of AI and ML? What leads you to specialize in this industry? How you are
Hmm.
utilizing AI and element driven? Because if we are talking about the futuristic goal which companies are taking ahead, and after implementations, they are not actually utilizing it. Just for sake of moving into the AI and ML, they will start, but when it comes to the realistic ground level, they are not using it at all.
Yeah, so I must say that when we say AI, it's kind of being very hype keywords in the market right now. But we always forgot the core concepts of specifically for each and everything, like maths behind it, like any algorithms that the people are using. If there is something that we can do without this using this AI ML, we could surely do that. So I faced multiple scenarios where we have created certain POCs, and for that, AIML was not at all required, but just we wanted to use AIML, so we used it, but it was a big failure. So I say it's
Okay.
not like AI is not doing something which is very interesting, or not automation, not doing automating part for all your efforts. What manual thing we have to do for all the hard work people are putting into that. So with machine we can automate it, and it will be reduce efforts, reduce manpower, so many things are there. But the thing is this, first we just need to identify what actually the problem statement is, right? So
Yeah.
like business problem, whenever it comes to you, so you just like sometimes you are not expert of it, like once you connect with the domain expert for that, so they will get to know, like you are working into healthcare industry, you are not expert for healthcare, so you'll
Yeah.
connect with healthcare expert and get to know how this thing works, right? Then
Okay.
only you will be able to decide that where AI ML thing you can put into that. It's not like that with AI ML you see a lot of automations are coming, like whether it's a healthcare or telecom or the retail recommendation system, which is quite good. Every day we face it when we go for any shopping websites and all. But the
Right.
thing is this, how and where we should utilize it. So anybody, like I'll give add one more thing here. So if anybody wants to move ahead with this AI ML thing, see it as their upcoming career and something like that. So they should start with the basic things like the core. Programming language is kind of a medium, I could say. Sometimes people say that Python is data science or AI or machine learning or like that. It's not. It's a medium. So like,
Right.
because let's say, for example, I need to visit Bangalore. So I need one medium to visit there, right?
Right.
It may be by air, by road, it can be anything. So Python or any particular programming language is just a tool for that. So just understand what is the basics of it, like that particular algorithm you need to apply, how this works, like as compared to your business problem. If you want to fit any automation into that, is it really working for this? Is it something related to that? Like first thing is to diagnose that part. So as you said that AIML thing are coming into that, but they are sometimes they start with this, but they end up not using it. It happens like that.
Right.
The reason is because we have not done a proper, not created a proper background of it. The
Research and
reason is
all.
this. If we do, then we are successful, and it's
Oh,
completely experiment.
right. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You're also involved in the content creations. So how do you see how you decided to create the content on AI and ML? Because if you can see the market trends, not having too technicals and depth knowledge sessions
Hmm.
on AI and ML, but there
Yeah.
are few of the channels who is delivering this, and one of yours is also doing the same thing.
Yeah.
How you have decided, and what all challenges you have faced when you started this?
So yeah, that's a good question, Deepak. See, I just give you a little bit background of it because I was into offline training. My weekends are like that. Only I train so many students into this. So
Okay.
once this pandemic happens, so because we were into offline training, so I have started giving session online. So
Okay.
so the entire crowd was there online. Prior to that, it was offline only. So they
Okay.
used to say that, ma'am, if anything comes, we just need to revise that topic, or because there was no option to visit and connect me because it was online. So they said record it and then share with this. So I started recording from there, and then I started. They said, ma'am, why don't you put into that one portal and you can share it, and we keep exploring from there. So this is how it has started. So the one thing that you added, Deepak, it was like how you decide the content that you're putting online, right? Because that's a big, the users are a lot of internet is like you are reachable to everyone, right? So whatever you put there, you should have a very well researched, right? Any topic if you are putting there, so you should know the in and out of it. I'm not saying that you can be just expert of it, but you should know the in and out of it. So, like for example, you face so many students, so everybody do not have the same mindset. So every problem, every topic, you have to deliver to them as per their understanding. So
Right.
slowly and gradually, you understand that how to make particular thing understand to the end user, and from there it has started. So I do lot of research. I'm like, see, any particular topic comes, if I'm not very convinced with that topic, so I do lot of research. I have multiple, the books for that. I follow a lot of AI people there. Like, so I just go through with that for particular topic. I engage myself to multiple platform, and then I come to the conclusion and give them to them. So I always focus on the basic part,
Quality as well. Right.
core part. So I
Yeah.
always say to my learners, like, focus on quality, not the
Right.
quantity when you start your learning, because it happens like whenever we take interviews also, we see, if you look into the resume, you see that the people have done lot of algorithms and all. If you start talking to them and you just try how linear regression works, they fail.
Yeah,
It's a
that's true.
simple straight line equation. So you should know what is that. So this is something like for content creation, like I say that you have to do proper research, in understand in and out of that thing, and then you put there, because that's a worldwide thing. Everybody can come to that. So you should be very clear whatever you are writing or putting into on internet, right?
Yeah, that's true. And even I've seen that candidates are adding lot of skills in their resume, but they have just touch-based knowledge, not in-depth knowledge. When you'll start going deeper, right, they will get blank. So that's how
True.
we face in the industry. Okay,
Yeah,
thank
that's
you.
there. everywhere because the first thing is that because they want to filter that resume. If that
Right.
got filtered, they will look at that part later. Right. So by adding multiple skills, people think like that it's going to be a good filter. So you will be in a, people can filter out because of those particular skills, but you should know. If you don't know, you should not put that into your resume.
Right, that's right. And when you said right before this questions, you're also working somewhere and delivering the training, how this could be possible and how you can see the Indian industry. Because outside India, it's very normal where you can do multiple employment. But here in India, people are staring at you when you work two places. So how would you see? If you don't want to answer, that's fine. I'm okay with it.
No, no, that's okay. Actually, the thing is this: I am associated with any organization, so I know
Okay,
all the compliances, all the confidential thing, everything I know. So I'm completely dedicated to them for 5 days, right?
okay,
Apart from this, like the training, whatever I deliver, it's my passion. Apart from
right,
this, training, while delivering training, it's like you are updating yourself, right?
right,
So
right,
if you make particular topic understand to someone, it's good for you.
right.
Whatever the good things I'm doing in my organization, it's just because of training. I must say this.
That's
I
great.
never, I never have to be prepared for any interview. To be very frank, it's been almost 7, 8 years. Whenever I go for any interview, I don't have to plan or I have to. I have so many colleagues, so they do a lot of preparation for the. I'm always ready.
Right.
Just
Because
because I'm
you,
delivering.
you keeps connected with the technologies, right? While training,
Yeah,
you have to always create the use cases, then research on it, and then deliver the best content. That's the reason
exactly.
students are enrolling your courses, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. The thing, see, apart from this, I always say that the program that we have, like for example, I'm into training. So we are like that. It's not a, we have a 30 days duration of a program. It's not like that. My students are connected with me from past 8, 9 years, and they can
Oh,
come anytime. They can email me. They can directly put their problems. They can share their screenshot that if they are facing something, and if I'm able to do it, keep them that you share it. So for every weekend, like for 1 or 2 hours, I spend for responding to their emails and like that. So it's because of like because you are connected to those, just not for a particular duration for that course. You should, being
right.
a mentor, you should be connected with them like for a longer duration. The way, I mean, for example, initially I delivered them the machine learning thing. Later, I get to know that something new into the market is coming. So I always convey them, start learning this.
That's true.
So this is how you make a connection with your learners, right?
That's great. Now
Yeah.
moving to the next questions related with the Python and AI/ML trends, because your most of the contents are into that verticals, your trainings are into that verticals. What is your opinion? What are some of the most exciting trends you can see when it comes to Python and AI, ML, Python, AI and ML right now? Because
Mhm.
there are a lot of tools are available, which is just drag and drop based, or you can connect as a plug and play model. But here Python is itself is having their own library where we can create an ML concept. How would you see these trends?
Yeah, so basically, Deepak, the Python, as I already said, it's a medium. Like it's having a number of frameworks which help us to do our job, and it's specifically towards data science, machine learning, AI, like PyTorch,
Right,
Keras. We have scikit-learn, sklearn, so many frameworks available there. So Python, why we use it? Because it's easy to implement. Like it's
right,
like English language. Python is very easy to adopt. You just focus on learning some other things rather than learning a language, I must say,
right,
because it's straightforward. Anybody can learn Python. Either they do have a mathematical background or computer science background. If they don't have, I have trained the healthcare students also. They were into SAS and they started learning Python. So it was like that. So Python is very versatile to adopt. And when you talk about the trend, what is coming into this AI world, it is like generative AI. So models like GPT, like it's completely changing the things, right? So for content creation, for translation, language translation, for creating something, for solving any kind of problem, for developers also they are helping out. So we have tools available for this. So nowadays, working on these particular aspects, it's quite easy, I must say. Because the reason is that because we have so many tools available. When initially, when we, when I was in SAS, so there was no online content available. There was a book, Ron Cody was a book. I used to learn everything from that book only. No online content. But now it's being very easy, right?
Right.
You have everything on internet. You don't,
Right.
this internet is being your perfect mentor for everything.
That's true.
People are doing wonderful job, like they spend a lot of time to put the content, so I respect them a lot for that, because it required a lot of efforts. So generative AI things, as I said, like generative AI has completely changed the entire AI world. Because previously what we used to do, we used to think like how to do it, but now
Right.
generative AI things is there, which let you know this is the way I can help you out. They can help you to write a code, they can help you
Right.
out how to integrate certain things. But apart from this, there are multiple things also coming, which is like you know security concerns are there. Responsible AI, you must have heard about it. So I
Yeah.
mean, because you should, the content is there, you should know that how to use it. Like for example,
True.
you're using open source model for a very secure particular data, so you should know how to use it. So compliances are there, security concerns are there, so parallelly those things are also increasing,
That's true.
right? So
I remember when I started creating the contents on UAPR, RPA products and all, there was no one was there. And when I used to search the content, nothing was there. So I have to read the UAPR documentations. And it's in
hmm.
similar way, same kind in the Microsoft as well. Then I thought, let's create some contents, try to help the community and all. So that's how I started. And you are absolutely right. When we started our journey into the YouTube channel, started uploading the content, that time there's not of real life scenario was there. Now we can find it out too many things.
But
Okay.
like being working full time, when you're full time working, like I'm very not very much active on that. Whenever I get time, I put that. Whenever I don't get, because we have to, because we are into that technology, we are into cutting edge technology where you have to
Right.
learn every day. So
That's
you
true.
itself are learning, so it required time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, moving to the next questions, because those who are watching this video, they might have questions in terms of learning, how they can start their journey into the AI and ML for the learner's point of view. Let's consider how you started. You already mentioned, but if anyone wants to jump into the AI and ML space, from where they can start?
So first thing I would say that for absolute beginners, basically, like I always recommend to build a good foundation. Strong foundation if you have, like on Python programming for exploring the fundamentals of AI ML concept, where statistics plays a vital role. So when any huge amount of data has been given to them, so they should know how to talk in terms of stats, like how your data is deviated, whether it's skewed, if it's skewed, it's right is skewed, left is skewed, how it is distributed, is it normally distributed, like something like that. They should know how to talk about in terms of statistics. So statistics plays a vital role. Python is like because everybody is using Python, it's not like that, because Python is very easy to start, and they can adopt later any other languages or tool also. So Python, initially they can start. For Python, I would say the core Python is very important. Then they have to understand the NumPy, which is a mathematical understanding of arrays, matrices, and all.
Yeah.
Apart from this, understanding data, we need a EDA, like analysis of the data. So for that, pandas is there. It's a very basic, the SQL thing, like you do connecting with the database, making certain queries, something like that. You can do with pandas. So I'll suggest with that you should start with visualization also too, because whenever you created something, you need to submit to the stakeholders or to someone, so it should have a proper visualization. So I must say that you can start with Matplotlib, Seaborn, or you can adopt any other visual tools like Power BI, Tableau also. So that is just, and whenever they're starting any particular machine learning algorithm, try to understand the concept of it initially at least. Like if you're moving to the NLP, so they should know how this text data comes, how we convert it, how to create embeddings, what is sentence transformer, how to store it. So they know something like that. Maybe we have a tool, we have a framework available, but they should know how this thing works. So this is something I must say, that try to build your strong foundation. Later, you can adopt anything. Initially, just focus on quality. Again, I must say, just focus on the quality that you have. Do lot of practice, because practice is something when you start doing a project, so you are implementing something or doing experiment, you make lot of errors. Never, I see people that if they see error, they're like, error is there. Oh my God, error is there. So the more error you create, the more way of solving particular problem you will get to know. So like error is a part of our life. So just
Yes.
take them in a positive way, try to resolve it. Once you resolve one error, next time this will not gonna create any problem for you. Whatever error you resolve, keep practice. If you do the practice, because one thing I just tell you, for example, any new learner comes, so they know multiple machine learning algorithms, but they know how to do a EDA. So
Right.
EDA I cannot explain. Let's say I need to hire someone in my team, so I can let them know that this particular algorithm you can apply, but I cannot let them know how to do EDA, because
Right.
that is something which requires time. So I also have to invest time. For EDA part, if they are spending time on that data, they know better than me,
Right.
right? So that's what I'm saying. Just get your hand dirty for doing lot of experiment into that. Do try to use core Python to automate certain stuff. So core Python is something, because now we have tools, we have everything. So we just need to do plugins and all. So previously in past, when I started, so we data scientists are not supposed to be a developer, right? But now
Right.
I'm telling you, development, software development skills are very important.
Right.
So that is, it's not like you have to act like a typical developer, but you should
Yes.
know basic things. So this is something it should be there. Apart from
Yeah,
this,
because
you should
if you know
learning.
the concept, then only you will explain to your down, right? Yeah.
Exactly, right. Because now all the MLOps activities, the data scientist supposed to do, or the ML engineer
Right.
supposed to do all the MLOps activities. And the thing that you created, how you will say somebody to integrate it to something else. So you should know all the integration part also. Apart from this, you should know the cloud, I must say. They should know any of the cloud, like it's GCP, AWS, Azure, any of the cloud, because all are similar. So cloud is
Right.
very important. Cloud knowledge is very important. The machine learning foundation, as I said, Python is a programming language they can start. Apart from this, they should know how to, those version control, like how to, when you are working with a team, how to work as in a sync, like you do a lot
Right.
of things for Jira and all. So they should know that how to use GitHub, how to use Bitbucket, how to commit your code, how to create branching. They should know all those basic stuff. So that is
Right.
required, right? So this
So
is something, I
basically,
mean,
they have to start from the beginning, start
hmm,
learning, picking one products or tool, implementing into the real life scenarios, and that's how they will become expert. Within a one day, none of the employee will become a full stack developer, or none of the
exactly.
employee
No,
will
not
become
only like
AI
that.
and ML.
You
Yeah.
should have a learning mindset.
Right. Right.
No,
Right.
like
That's
you
true.
should have a learning mindset. Like you can't say nowadays, I'm telling you the practical thing which is happening in the organization. People say that I'm a data scientist, I can't do this particular coding thing. No, it's
Right.
not like that. If you can't do it, you can't survive, to be very frank.
Right.
The reason is this, because the data scientist, what data scientists used to do, now we have the tools for that.
Right.
So those tools have made our life easy. So we should have to
True.
adopt something new also, no?
That's true.
So that's there. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm
That's
not
good.
you have to be a typical developer, but you here in this field, if you are
Yeah.
coming,
Yeah.
just mindset that there will be a lifelong learning, and which is the beauty of this.
Even we are talking about the tools, GenAI concept and all, as you mentioned earlier, right? If you're taking help of those, then also we will be able to do our work. Even though we have not did it, but these tools are making our life easier, getting them
Exactly.
done. Yes, our mindset will be required, but we can utilize those tools to at least somehow we will be able to finish our activity, whatever assigned by
But
our
you have
manager or company.
exactly right point. Because, for example, you've taken help from the tool, but
Right,
you have no created a different variable name. It has added something, because you are taking help from tool. You have to use your mind also. What
right,
it has
right.
done, you should
True.
know. So, because, like for example, there is a leader. What leader does, he already know those things, then only he can command. He or she
Right.
can command, like this, what you can do, this, what you can't do, like that. So it's like
That's
that
true.
only. Just a lifelong learning.
That's true. And even in IT, as I mentioned, right, survival is not possible if you are not keeping yourself updated. When we are taking example of previous company like Nokia, Nokia was very popular in India, and
Hmm.
now you can see Samsung has acquired their place, and people are not even taking phones of the Nokia. Now you can see the market trend is going down because they themselves not upgraded themselves. Nokia is
Yeah,
competing with the iPhone and all, right? So they are
exactly.
including all the features which iPhone has,
True, true. So we consider ourselves like we are Android. You have to compete to
right?
the iPhone. So we have to
True,
keep
true.
ourselves updated,
That's
right?
true. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Last but not least, questions. When we talk about the diversity level, if you can see when Gen AI introduced, AI comes in, Chat GPT evolved, there was a lot of criticism was there. So how do you
Mhm.
see those pointers? Because definitely, whenever a newborn baby comes in, they don't have all the skill set. They don't walk at the first day, right? So exactly same thing happened with the Chat GPT and other GenAI tool. So
Mhm.
what do you say about this?
So, actually, AI you consider, as you said, the newborn baby. So AI
Yeah.
you consider that as newborn baby only, which has
Okay.
started like we treat a newborn baby. You let them know something. This is how it works. Exactly the same thing we do into AI. So now,
Right.
because how this Chat GPT and all thing came, because we had a lot of like very huge amount of data available on the internet. So they have trained on that particular data. So like for example, previously we used to, if you are expert into this Atlassian or some UI path, something like that, so you are specific to this particular thing, right? Like I'm into AIML, so I can let them know those particular topics. But now those LLM models has become generalized, like they know your things, they know my things, because everything is there on the internet. They has been trained on that particular data, so they know everything. So they are like whole soul information as is there at one place. So diversity, as you said, like for example, there is a newborn baby, they come into this market or this particular world. So this is like, it's been very helpful for us. Take it into a positive way. Like initially we have to start something from scratch. Like for example, you have to create one machine learning model, so you have to do something from scratch. But now we already have a created algorithms, we have to just use them, right? You have to create your own LLM model, so it will require a lot of infrastructure, lot of cost, lot of time, lot of manpower, everything is there. But if you're that already available in the market, you're using them, and on top of that you're tuning them as per your need, so it's a help for you, right? So it's not like that something is coming which is, stopping you to doing something, but they're helping you. Like I
Right.
said, like tools are there. You don't, being a developer, you don't have to write each and every line of code. You can take help how to create this particular function, it will give you. But
Right.
past we have to do it from scratch. So
Right.
the the whole implementation, the project has been assigned to you, used to take 3 to 4 years, but now within 3 4 months you can deliver it.
That's true.
Now if you take 3 to 4 years, every night technology got changed.
Right.
It's like that. So 3 4 years, nobody gonna take your product or services if you
Yeah.
will take that much time. So this is something there. So I encourage people to like take it into a positive way. So
Positive.
like they're helping us. So the content, the huge amount of contents are available. Whatever tool, whatever new technology frameworks, whatever is coming into the market, whatever the product is there, they always give us the learning material, the trainings, the learning material is always there. So they're providing it. So you can start from there. Lot of mentorship opportunities also there. So if you are good into your path, you have that opportunity. You can be a mentor for that, right? So I
Yeah.
mean, take it in a good way. Now
That's
school
true.
students are into, I am engaged into one Singapore based training. So you won't believe, initially when I got to know about, the school students are learning AWS.
Right. Even I've
It has
seen in South region, they have started including this AI and ML into the college curriculum. Just say
not
sixth,
college.
seventh standard. Yeah, sixth, seventh standard students. Yeah.
Seventh, yeah. So I was
Yeah.
shocked, like how it's a big challenge. How we let them know how this AWS SageMaker works? So I
Yeah,
said, no,
that's a
don't know.
revolution, right? Because if even if you
Exactly.
can see it, when we started our schooling and all, that time we used to get the English language, basically the English after fifth standard. So
Exactly,
that's how the
exactly.
trend started changing, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's a completely changed. Like everything got changed now. Like it's a very, the technologies in terms of technology, lot of things got changed.
Right,
Like
right,
initially there was small phone. Like what now phone is everything for you.
right.
If
So
you don't have phone, you can't do anything. You're like
that's true.
your hands are cut.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So like that.
Nice talking to you, Sadhana. It was a very
Yeah.
detailed insight about the AI and ML, Python. We heard a lot of things. Just one questions in terms of projection or projects. What type of projects or complexity level you try to achieve it with the help of AI and ML? How this could help you in your regular employment cycle? And any last word for the viewer?
So yeah, so for example, you always remember to stay curious, experiment with different approaches, right? Apart from this, don't afraid to ask help, to take help from somebody. Like community is a very huge community is
Right,
there. Don't afraid to take help. Like people are very helpful. Communities are
right.
helping a lot. So like for example, you are stuck somewhere, take help from the community. They're always there
That's
to
true.
help you. Try to experiment and try to follow all the the AI leaders. We all are there on LinkedIn. We are there on Twitter. So on the all the platform, like you should have you should follow them. Whatever new thing is coming, you should be there into their it may be a different form. You're following someone, you're following any particular newsletter, you're following any particular community. So from there you get to know. Apart from
Right.
this, in the organization, I must say people just don't consider this thing. Like in organizations also currently they are giving a lot of learning material to their
Right,
employees, which
right,
is, I must say, a very good thing. Like
right.
because they're encouraging us to learn something. They
Yeah,
also
when
want
we
us
started that time, Udemy was not there. Even I can see few of the companies are started providing LinkedIn learning opportunity where users
yeah,
can add any skills in their library. Udemy links they have started creating, and even they keeps inviting guest speakers to deliver sessions on latest technologies.
actually that they're more focused on that
Right.
comparatively. Like we were working there in past, it's been almost 12 years. Initially it was not there, like because there was no changes, no rapid changes was there, but now it's every day everything new is coming. So
Yeah.
that's why, like I always say, be curious, try to just keep learning, keep exploring, keep learning, try to make lot of errors, do lot of mistakes, then only you will learn. So
That's
experiment is something which is very good for you. Stay focused for that. Like if you are not interested towards learning new things, don't come to this one, I
that's
must
true.
say. If you are, because that is something where, that's the beauty of this world. That's the
Right,
beauty,
right,
because the technology is something, like if you are, if you feel happy, like myself, if I do something I feel happy, like this is something I created and I'm so proud of it. So you just
right.
put all of efforts for that. So it's like that only. It's not like we are getting money, we are getting paid off this. It's not like that. So just make your interest for making something better than today,
That's true.
and everything will got sorted. Yeah.
Okay, now it's a wrap up of our discussions, and thanks a lot, Sadhana, for taking out your time or weekends time to do this recording. And I will include your channel link in my description so that our viewer can reach out to you from wherever, whichever portal they wanted to connect with you, they can connect with you. Thank you
Yeah,
all.
happy learning to everyone. I must say, happy learning.
Yeah,
Keep exploring. Thank you so much, Deepak, for your time and for having me here for this wonderful discussion.
thank you.